Sentry going up. Teleporter going up. Dispenser going up.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And since the 0.17.0 update just came out for GMB, I'll be steamrolling these videos out, hopefully. In this video, I'll be yapping about the latest update's main focus. But before the video starts, please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. And join the Discord as well. I host game nights, giveaways, and host special events just for you guys. And speaking of giveaways, it's a 2,000 Robux giveaway right now, so join quickly. And without further ado, let the video start. First, let's start off with the spawn area. You'll spawn in a 2-story White House on the top of a hill. You simply exit the house and start killing zombies walking down the hill. This is Leipzig kind of difficulty, you know? Pretty easy. After turning the corner, go to the first house on your left and grab the tinder pistol on the table. This is purely an objective item and does not shoot and will be used shortly in the map. Next is one of the mini holdout points. You will need to find kindling around the area and burn down the palisade that's blocking your way. There is 1 in the house, 4 in front of the church at the cemetery, and 4 in front of this yellow house right here right next to the palisade. You and your teammates can grab them and place them to the palisade where you will only need 6 of them placed down. Then use a tinder pistol to put gunpowder on the kindling and spark the flames. After a few moments, the palisade will burn down and you'll be able to advance. Then follow down the path and ignore the houses on your left and right and go straight into the hospital right in front of you. Once inside, take a left turn and go into the basement on your right. As you know with the new update, the zombies would have a new idol. This includes laying on the floor. Literally light up the zombies once you see them down there. Turning off ragdolls will help in this case, since it might hide some zombies in the corpses. Then, collect the supplies and resupply your utility if needed. There is also a survivor respawn here, behind the red door. So, medics can use the resupply to heal every teammate if possible. Once you grab the supplies, go back onto the first floor and pry open this plank to drop down and follow this path once more. Once you reach the front of this barricaded building that says alive inside in Danish, go into the red building on its left and find a crowbar. It spawns randomly in a crate each time, and here's the locations it can be at. It can be in this kitchen area on this table, in the basement, and in one of the 2 bedrooms upstairs. And once you grab the crowbar, return back to the front of the barricaded house and start breaking down the wooden logs in front of the door, and break the door itself. But before you go, if you want a quick resupply on utility, head upstairs on the left and check out all the rooms. Each room will have a really neat surprise for you. You can get actually pretty loaded up there. You can grab grenades, tar bottles, bandages, and even an entire resupply crate. But don't linger too long, however, because behind the house is a major zombie spawn area that you'll need to go through in order to complete the map. The gate is boarded up, so go on these steps and hop on over. Then, quickly head down to the street on your right and push the sled down the path in front of the broken bridge, leading to a nearby Ironworks. Pushing the sled is a 3-man job to make it go faster, but you'll need someone to cover you obviously. Once you push the sled to the correct spot, a group should head back down to where they got the sled and head inside into a nearby white building and grab the chandelier, an item that they'll need later, while a group stays at the cannon and loads the shot. Please note that you cannot grab the chandelier before the empty charge has been loaded. Once you do have this chandelier, grab it and bring it to the cannon to be promptly shot. Next, tie the rope onto the chandelier and fire the cannon. Then tie the slack and pin it to the fence. Lastly, zip line on the rope and get into the Ironworks. This is arguably the hardest part of the map, so get ready. Quickly and carefully grab 15 coal and 20 pieces of iron and load it up onto this here cart. The cart will always be on this track, so pay attention. Push the cart slowly while also loading it up with the necessary items. There really isn't much I can tell here, but to try to speedrun this part. A group should go find the ores themselves, while 1 or 2 should be pushing the cart at all times. I can give you the locations of all the ores. 1 coal will be under this bridge, while 4 coal will be on the top of the end of the bridge. 5 coal will be in the first building here on the top floor with 4 in the basement. 4 pieces of coal will be in this wagon here with 1 piece of coal on a crate nearby in the second building. 4 iron will be in this first building in the corner with straw and hay on the floor. 7 pieces of iron will be in the wagon with the coal that I mentioned earlier. And 21 pieces will be on this wooden shelf here with 10 on a nearby shelf. This is not an easy part, however, so I'll give you this. When grabbing the iron here, which is basically all you need, go around to the side of the second building, which basically has a shortcut to the cart if it has been pushed all the way up the hill. Something important that you need to note, if multiple players grab the same ore, it'll disappear once one player has put it on the cart. So spread out and grab different ores if possible. You can also only hold 3 ores at a time, so you can't really hoard them. And once you pushed all the cart all the way up, shoot the cart at the barricade. Careful though, there's recoil on the cart, so it'll be launched back, and you will die if you are behind it. But I guess you do get a badge, so cool, I guess. Then, we have the most dreadful part of the map, smelting the iron and coal into weapons so you can escape. First, go into this building here on the right and down to the water wheel. Remember this room to the right, it'll be important later. But head down to the water wheel itself and break the ice once you're ready. You'll next need to smelt the 15 pieces of coal and 20 pieces of iron while waiting increments of time for them to actually melt down. So in the meantime, here are some tips and advantages you can abuse. And after smelting all the ores, go down to the basement and grab a bucket and go to the river next to you, next to the water wheel, to douse the swivel cannons. Each cannon needs 2 splashes to be cooled. Then, grab a cannon and head back to the bridge, and hold out until the raft comes. It comes really fast, so jump on it and quickly brace for impact. And that's how you beat Moss Ironworks.